Hey, what is going on YouTube? Aaron here. We are back with our community replay of the week, ladies and gentlemen, and we have quite possibly the most epic replay we have ever gotten. This is Sith Lord Gemini Wolf. I will throw up the screenshot to his channel. Make sure you guys check out his channel. I will also link it down below. He gave me the Prince Ruprecht damage record, and this is just an epic game. I want to throw in a little disclaimer. Some of the people in this game just kind of donate their health points, but guys, we know that is how damage records go. So I just want to showcase this video, but keep that in the back of your mind. Some people think that damage is super ultimately important, and I try to preach principles first. But just watching these replays, and especially this one, they're just fun to watch. Now I do apologize for the color gradient. I get these through email, so if you guys have any epic replays of your own, please feel free to send them to me. So I have just keep in mind that I will be choosing these, and whatever I decide to pick, we're eventually going to run out of damage records. So last week we had the Montana with Cranky, and this week we have the Prince Ruprecht. But this is just an epic game. I really enjoy the German battlecruisers, mainly the Ruprecht. Now we know that the Ruprecht is getting nerfed, but with the Schlieffen on the way, you guys can only imagine what the Schlieffen will be capable of if the Ruprecht is this impactful. Now I will say that if you know how to counter the battle cruisers, with HE spam and knowing their weak points, they only have 27mm top bow plating. They do have an icebreaker, but if you know how to counter them, then they, I don't think they are the strongest in the game, but Wargaming disagrees. But anyway, we have Mr. Wolf here, Sith Lord on the left flank, and he's, his team's actually playing this fairly aggressive, which will work out. But you just need to play off of your team. Now they have done a fantastic job, and the rune actually gets the gearing off the board early here. He was taking some broadside shots, and if you notice, not a tremendous amount of damage, if we're being honest. But that is I guess the counterbalance to the German battlecruisers is they lose a little bit of that accuracy, and I just feel like they lose a little bit of that punch, even though I know they have good pen. But here we have a broadside Marco Polo, and I will tell Mr. Wolf to comment his build and then pin his comment, as always, if he wants. I don't force people to comment, but I try to get their name out there. But anyway, he went around this corner, caught a broadside Marco. I'm not sure why people in Marco Polos sail broadside, especially at the beginning. But as with this game and the Montana damage record, people love to do it. If you notice now, Mr. Wolf is in a tough position. He's got 5 ships, actually 6 if you count the gearing, but the gearing is now dead, so 5 -1 ships in front of him. And this is kind of what the German battlecruisers are just amazing for. Their ability to dish out this damage while still, not taking the most amount of damage is unrivaled. If you can get this ship into a position like this, there's a reason that this ship is needing of a nerf. But he connects 2 torpedoes there, more than I would have, jokes. And he actually activated his booster maybe a touch early, because these other ships here are soon to be spotted. I would have saved it for now, but that Marco's already dead, so what do I know, right? But anyway, this Kurfürst is coming around the corner. If you can see, in the meantime, while shooting torpedoes, shooting his main battery, he's racked up 110, and it's still ticking. Secondary target hits there. I also want to point out his positioning here. He is protected from the ships to the right while being able to shoot the ships in the middle, and he killed the one on the left here. So just a fantastic display of shipmanship here. Shipmanship, that's definitely a word, but an excellent execution of the German battlecruisers here. Now, I'm going to warn you, the next part of the video is insanely epic, but also, if you play for strategy, is also, I would be very upset if I was on the enemy team and saw this. There are 4 ships now, 6 total on this side, and, Wolf is in great position. He's also got a lot of his health. He has saved, a good chunk of that by angling, protecting his broadside, and shooting, targets and getting them off the board. Now, if this were me personally, I would have YOLO'd in here, probably died and got a decent damage, and actually lost the game. If you notice, his team is now tied on ships after taking out that gearing and him taking out that broadside Marco. So, teams just continually throw. You'll notice there are 4 ships right around this section here. A Stalingrad, a Yamato, a Mino, and a Kurfürst. He pops his Hydro there, and the torpedoes from the Mino actually zoom on by, and he also takes a very dangerous chunky hit and decides to turn broadside here. When I was watching this, I was like, I probably would have tried to YOLO in, and seeing his health at this point, I probably would have been dead by this point. I may have gotten that Yamato, I may have gotten that Stalingrad, but that GK and that other Mino probably have my broadside, so... but like we mentioned, his team is actually down. With the amount of firepower that he is taking, he has taken essentially 6 ships and neutralized them. Well, his team got the gearing, but as he takes a dirty salvo in the rear end and launches torps, which I would have potentially waited. You notice one hit the island, but just wait for it. They pay off. If this was my torpedo accuracy would have gone up. He actually takes a very smart shot with the rear turret as well, getting the high caliber with 7 torpedo hits 6 minutes into the game with a staggering 180,000 damage. Now the next part of the game is these next 30 seconds are pure RNG, and then after which just is even more chaos. So if you've stayed to this point in the video, keep watching. This Yamato has, he turned away, so he only has his secondary shooting, and I think he actually, I'm not sure if it's a secondary or his main guns, but you'll notice Wolf goes all the way down to 500 health here, and I actually think he goes 1 tick lower from a secondary hit. Yeah, 200 health, and we actually see, I think that was, you know what, it hit the turret. That's what it did. He is, that RNG right there is just incredible. Now that Yamato is burning, he obviously repaired either a turret or something. I don't think those torpedoes got floods, but he repaired something, and he burns out due to the secondary fire here. Now I'm not sure what the Stalingrad was thinking. Maybe he forgot the Ruprecht has torps, and I actually forgot how good the torp angles on the Ruprecht were, because you can see he's actually kind of caught here on this rock, but he launches the torps anyway. The Stalingrad for some reason shoots a good chunk of armor, only getting about 5,000 damage. And yeah, that's a good night. Thanks for playing Mr. Devstrike Stalingrad. And in the meantime, he has taken out 50% of this flank, getting 260,000 damage. Just a absolute meme-worthy encounter there. So again, a lot of people are like, oh, well, those players are paid actors. And guys, a lot of players are paid actors, but it comes down to the captain at the helm executing. And like I said, I probably would have YOLO'd forward, and I would have probably already been dead. And honestly, my team probably would have lost. If I was on this team, they probably would have lost that game. Seeing how my solo games have gone. Oh, it's such a struggle. But you'll notice Wolf has managed his damage cons, his heals. I'm pretty sure he's running Hyde. I think he had 5 heals, like we mentioned. I will have him comment or ask him for the build. But at this point in the game, 264,000 damage with 3 kills. An excellent display of how impactful the German battlecruisers can be. In the meantime, though, we have that Yamato, I believe is a Yamato on the other side. That Mino is still there. You'll notice he is undetected, and we have that curve first. His heals are cycling, so he's going to go ahead and pop another one. And that is the strength of running Hyde. You do lose Will to Rebuild, but number 1, Will to Rebuild is being nerfed. Number 2, I just think it's a cheap perk. I honestly need to take it off out of principle for my battleships. But Hyde does not have Will to Rebuild, so that is why. That is how you, the trade-off for getting those 5 heals. Now, the next minute or so here is a little bit boring, but this would be a good time for you guys to go down to the comments and just let Wolf and the comment section know how impressed or meme-worthy this game was. As you see this Mino, this next interaction from the Mino is just one that I just don't understand. The Mino has torps, but we know that Minos or half the ship is the Citadel. So Wolf pops his Hydro here again, just to make sure that the Mino is not torping. And if you notice, the Mino is going like 1/4 speed. It looks like he's slowing down now. Now Wolf takes a little bit of, I wouldn't have shot this early, but it's he still gets a decent chunk on the bow there as that Mino takes out the Yamato in front of him. I'm not sure what his team was doing, while he was doing this, but regardless, he's going to run away. I'm guessing he thought the Mino was torping, and I don't know why the Mino isn't torping. I'm pretty sure those are good enough torp angles for the Mino, but he's not torping. No idea why he didn't torp, but he didn't, and Wolf is still alive. So thanks to those heals and his positioning and the enemy's, lack of situational awareness, he is up to 275,000 damage. And we can also learn a lesson from this. Due to Wolf's patience and playing this the way he did, you guys see it all the time. It's like, just be aggressive, just be aggressive. Well, aggression pays off, and it did in the beginning, but because of his patience, he was able to get this massive amount of damage. Now, the Mino pops out once again and then stops. No idea what he's doing. And if I'm being honest, I feel like he probably should be taking more damage from this AP as he fires a quick shot. You guys have very twitchy... I thought my fingers were twitchy here, but Wolf also has a rather quick trigger finger. In the meantime, you can see his secondaries popping off on a different ship as he launched a good set of torpedoes towards that Mino, and he's just in he's doing all he can right now. This Mino's on his left, the other ship is on his right, depending on which way you look at it, and then that Yamato is coming around the corner here. So he actually gets a torpedo hit on that Mino. That is a flood, and a second torpedo hit. There goes the Mino. And that brings his damage total to 314,000. I have never crested over that. My highest actually in standard is 306,000. So just a truly incredible game. There's only 2 ships left at this time. He has done a tremendous amount to influence this game and help his team. And for some reason, this Yamato comes around broadside again. If I'm being honest, Wolf has gotten insanely lucky with RNG. His turret gets destroyed there instead of the Yamato punching through his butt and killing him. But that is how, that is how the game rolls sometimes. So there is the 2 more torpedoes on that Yamato and the Confederate. So just a fantastic display of patience, of marksmanship, of reading the situation and not just YOLOing your ship in and giving up. But that is the last hit, which will be his last point of damage for an insane 348,000 damage. I don't know why I don't know why or how. I was so shocked at this replay when I first watched it, and I'm sure you guys are as well. So make sure to give this video a like. Go check out Wolf's channel. I don't think he has many games posted, but go subscribe anyway. Subscribing is free. Appreciate you guys being here. Make sure you guys comment how obnoxious this video was, and subscribe to me if you guys are not. So appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Wolf, thank you so much for this replay. I'm going to go ahead and throw it to the end battle screen here as this Kurfürst dies before he could get any more damage. But that is the game, ladies and gentlemen. And he also gets a Dreadnought just to the icing on the cake. And there we have it, guys. Only 35 main gun hits, 18 torpedo hits. He does not get the Kraken, actually, which is another reason why Krakens, go for impact on the battle with a 4479 XP score there. Just an insane game. So, Mr. Gemini Wolf, thank you. Mr. Sith Lord, appreciate that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Go to his channel, check it out, like the video. Hey, Aaron out. Peace.